Alright, my internet has been hiccuping a little bit, guys, so this is going to be 1080p 30 FPS this week. Sorry about that. But
wow, you totally suck.
I know, man, I'm freaking awful. It's...
Wow.
How do I work in esports, only being able to do 30 FPS?
I don't know.
Well, I'm bad, and I feel bad, but it's just, we can't do anything about it. Find someone better than me and put them on the mic instead. Oh, Chober's in Korea. Darn. Shoutouts to Chober for being awesome in casting for OGN. He's a really cool guy. And we have the chat bands going ahead for us here. Looks like the first one is going to be Rammus. Rammus is a highly mobile champion, very durable, has good crowd control, difficult to engage with at times, but overall very powerful. Twisted Fate has global map presence because of Destiny. Is that right?
Destiny.
Yes!
And then the second part, what's the second part called?
Oh, man. I got put on blast really hard here. Nope. I've got nothing.
He
Gate?
In. Yep, Gate.
Okay. Really? It was Gate?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was going to say that, but I figured, nope, that's just what I call it. I don't know if that's actually its name.
G. Well, maybe you call it that because it's its name.
It's very possible. Twisted Fate also comes with a stun. That is on a short cooldown. And his damage is pretty high. Yorick has great sustain, excels in the bottom lane, can also be useful up in the top lane sometimes. But overall, it's that sustain that he has and that persistence on a point and ability to harass that makes him very, very powerful in the bottom part of the map. In the top half of the map, not so much. He's just a really bruisery kind of guy. And the fourth one, Janna. Janna's a very good support champion, gives speed to the entire team, has good crowd control, nice slow, really useful for helping your allies secure kills, is pretty fragile herself, but she's quick, and with all that crowd control, it's very easy for her to disengage and to escape from fights. We are at the champion select screen. Oh dear, my blockers are not in position anymore. Rheingold, if you want to cover for me and talk about...
Your stream is flickering in and out.
Is it still doing that?
Yeah.
It did that during the curse tourney, and then it didn't for the second day of the curse tourney, and then it's doing it again, and I actually have no idea how to fix that. I'm open to suggestions if you know any.
Well, I was thinking that it might be because it's like... I was thinking that if you did 720p at whatever the other thing is...
720p 30?
60. 720p 60.
I switched that during the curse tourney as well. I play with the resolutions. People were getting a little fussy over it, which I can't blame them because it looks awkward. And I'm sorry.
Never mind. It's not flickering for anyone else. Well, it's not that it flickers. It's just that like every now and then it goes off and back on. It's not a constant thing. Like, I'd say once every 15 seconds or so, it goes off and then on again.
Like full black?
Yeah, for just like a split second.
That's awkward. Okay.
Anyway, we have some more bands here. Zed, Evelynn, Teemo, Shaco, Hecarim, and Fiora. The Fiora band is a little confusing to me. The other ones are all pretty strong champions.
Yeah, Zed's a good assassin, outputs a lot of damage. Teemo gives good map control. Blind's amazing, lots of magic damage there. Hecarim, well, Hecarim makes for an excellent dive. He is... If you want a tower dive, and you play Hecarim, then just dive that. Set that up for your team. Other than that, he really doesn't bring a lot to the table, other than being an amazing soak and delay. Evelynn, lots of movement speed, great ability to gank because of her stealth. Shaco, same thing, they both put the bottom lane in a state of fear. And Fiora, well, Fiora's ultimate is brutal in 1v1. Looking at the picks, we're seeing Victor right away. Victor, a lot of magic damage, he can zone pretty well, has a stun with a short delay. Sometimes it's difficult to land, but it does cover a very large area. Lux and Jax being picked after that. Lux has a lot of long-range abilities. She's very good at poking and interrupting. She's a great character for that. Jax is a good brawler late game. His damage can get carried away, and he can be very difficult to kill. Brings a stun to the table as well. Vayne's an amazing character on this game mode, for anyone that hasn't watched Dominion before. Just be aware that Vayne's awesome. True damage, doesn't care how tanky you are, she'll just chip you down with that. Plus she has a stun, which is nice. And Zilean, we're seeing a Zilean as well. Zilean's a powerful AP champion. Unfortunately, he is a little bit easier to kill, although his damage output sometimes makes up for that, so you do have to be careful of it. And his ability to give speed to allies also makes it helpful for an AD carry that's trying to engage or escape, or a tank that's trying to engage. A lot of things can be done with Zilean's speed modification.
I'm going to let you talk, and
sure.
I mean, I just interrupted you, but I'm going to make you new summoner blockers real quick that will actually fit on top of the things. So
is it not fitting again?
It's not fitting. The blockers themselves are actually like the individual images aren't an okay size, so that it's possible for them to fit over all of the spells. So they fit on top and then they don't fit at the bottom anymore. So I'm gonna send you new summoner blockers in a sec.
Okay, I may be able to play with that on the next one. I don't have my XSplit full windowed, so I can't. If I did that, I might be able to get them to fit there. I forgot that I had to resize these before the tourney went live, so it got a little hooey. I'm sorry. All right. Here we go. Aha. Let's take this and let's take this. Let's do this. Come here, little guy.
Alright, here you go. That'll be the right dimension automatically.
Okay, let me go ahead and snip those up.
Anyway, so there into the delay we can talk about the summoner spells that you guys can't see, or you can see some of. There's actually only a single revive on the side of, oh my god, on the side of Bronze Division 7. They do have that revive on Malphite. Keep in mind they sort of have a revive on the ultimate of Zilean, but it's not really the same thing, whereas everyone on JANNAS Pimp does have revive taken. We actually have barriers, flashes, and ghosts, so very unconventional summoner spells here from a lot of champions. And basically what's going to happen is before any revives come down, this is going to be good for Bronze Division 7. But then JANNAS Pimp is just going to revive. And so Bronze Division 7 will fall behind because of the revives. And then there will be another window in which Bronze Division 7 is able to do well again because the revives still aren't back up from JANNAS Pimp. But when revive comes back up again, it's going to just sort of balance out. And overall, revive is probably going to be a little bit better, but we'll see what does happen. No garrison on JANNAS Pimp. So Hecarim was banned away from them. Maybe they said, you know what, we didn't want to tower dive anyway, although Jax and Volibear are both good at diving. And this is actually the brand new 3.10 Master Yi. So his Alpha Strike now does physical damage. His Meditate is no longer OP. And overall, I think he's going to be really, really strong.
There has been a lot of Master Yi play recently, especially in Dominion. It's been like, hey, it's 2 Master Yi's a game. Well, okay, repeat. And so I think there's been a lot of work put into that champion recently in understanding how the new Master Yi functions.
Yeah, he's pretty weak very early on, but once he gets going, he starts to just snowball completely out of control if you let him get going like that. So we are almost into the loading screen. We'll see what that has to offer. But I do think he's going to be a little bit stronger on Dominion than Summoner's Drift, just because his real flaw on Summoner's Drift is that his very early jungle is not very strong. And you don't have to worry about that if you start out the game at level 3 for free and there isn't any jungle camps that you have to bother clearing anyway. So I definitely think Master Yi is someone we're going to have to watch out for.
And reaching the loading screen, Rheingold may have to bail me out because I completely forgot what the teams were. This is the round of, I'm not sure because I just turned on the stream a minute before it went live.
This is the round of 32, but there's only 4 teams in it. So I guess the next
so we have a round of 32 game.
Yeah. So it's a round of 32. There are 2 round of 32 games this tournament. So I think 18 teams signed up to play. And it is Bronze Division 7 is the blue team. And they are going to be Sir Zevit on Victor, Vexy on Vayne, Weirdman playing Zillion, Flawless Fred on Malphite, Knight 85 on Fizz. I am RheingoldRiver, and Gandair casting with me can introduce the red team, which is going to be JANNAS Pimp.
And on JANNAS Pimp team, I don't know if that should be JANNAS Pimp or JANNAS Pimp's team. Not sure about the possessive accent on that. But it's going to be Keenanator on Lux, Stormfire 15 playing as Jax, Lost Dragon X, Volibear, Panda Lover 93 has chosen Ari, and Ancient Beast X as Master Yi.
And that is not the Jedi Knight Master Yi skin, which is unfortunate, but we'll have to make do. Actually, everyone on their team has a skin. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. I'm a big fan of the skins. They just released Bear Cavalry Sejuani. I think that's the greatest idea. Because that's been a running joke on the internet, Bear Cavalry, for a really long time. And see them actually make a skin that's Bear Cavalry, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, I have I might have a new toy overlay to use in the next game from a community member. He just got done resizing it, and wants me to give that a go. And yeah, sure, why not? We've had our share of technical errors anyway, so far. So, I'm going to load into this game here in just a moment. Remember, this is a round of 32 game. This is a best-of-1 format, so the team that wins is going to advance on. The team that loses is, well, they're going to watch episodes of Futurama on Netflix or something like that afterward, maybe. Or possibly just play some more Dominion in solo queue. Who knows?
Dominion in solo queue?
I know, it's horrifying, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I like missed half of what you said, and then I was like, wait, that doesn't exist yet.
What?
What? Oh, you mean like queuing for normals in solo queue?
Yeah, you can solo
Okay.
and
When I
play
think
games.
of solo queue, I think, okay.
Anytime you queue and you're solo,
Solo queue equals ranked
becomes
solo
a solo
queue.
queue. No, ranked solo queue is ranked solo queue.
Okay.
There's that R word that we're not allowed to say over here in this map.
Yeah. It's okay, ranked sucks. It's,
No one I know says anything good about ranked. They're always angry. I have a friend that plays a lot of ranked. He's always upset, like every day that he plays League.
Yeah, you gotta... Ranked FIVEs is legit, but solo queue is just like, oh, I'm gonna hate everyone. Time to not have fun for an hour.
Yeah, ranked anything that's not your full team, I think. Because then you don't have any excuses anymore, so you can't be mad, right? No, you just get mad at whoever has the lowest score. Or whoever's
Yeah.
internet dies. When you get 12 people in one place at the same time, there's going to be an internet issue, usually. You have 12 connections to manage, you have, when you're playing, I guess, only 10 connections that you have to deal with. But it's still, the internet, it's fickle.
Yeah, one time I was actually playing Five's team, and the team that we were fighting against had an internet connection issue, and they actually ended up disbanding after that game because they got so mad at each other over the internet connection issue.
And you can't even do anything about that. That's the worst
Hey, there's
part.
nothing you can do.
That is the worst feeling, knowing that you have all the time in the world to play a game, and you're ready to go, but your internet's not working. It dies at loading screen, and you're like, well, I guess my team loses league points. There's nothing I can do about it. And that always sucks.
Dude, snakes are really cool.
They are.
I'm just looking at my snake. I'm just like, Liz skin, last longer, please. I just want to watch my snake crawl through the cage. I forgot to get something for it to climb on. So it has like a water bowl and it has a hide box, but it doesn't have like a little tree yet. So I need to go get it a tree in the next couple days.
Are we still hanging at the loading screen, or just me?
I think we're still in the loading screen. It looks like everyone's at 100%. So
Okay.
hopefully it's good. I can try reconnecting.
No, maybe it's just, hanging for a second. It's happened before. I do want to talk about the flash use on Vayne, Flash Barrier. Typically when you run an AD carry, you'll run Revive and something, but sometimes we'll see Barrier Revive. Sometimes we'll even see Flash Revive. This time we're seeing a Flash Barrier, which means Vayne is going to be the ultimate tease here for the enemy team, being able to threaten and sort of bait them with the low health and the Flash being able to use escape. There we are, kicked into the game. I got in the game too.
I'm going to do that super cool thing that you taught me about how I can see the KDA as opposed to see the...
Yeah, there's a little button here. You can click it. It's a little green thing, and you click it, and it turns into a little knife thing. It's pretty neat.
I'm just going to, toggle it back and forth. I am very easily entertained.
What was the
Bronze
first
Division-
team's... Yeah, Bronze Division
Bronze
7?
Division 7 is the blue team, and JANNAS Pimp is the red team. I sent you the information in Skype, so if you put that open on your other monitor, it'll say... I always have this, like, notepad document with, like, 30-point font that tells me the,
Oh. I had to add it to the screen so that the viewers could actually see the team names. Okay.
The other thing you do is if you have an in-game overlay in OBS, then you can, or in XSplit, you can just look at your XSplit and it'll tell you, oh, you do! Wow! That's super cool.
I told you I do. Got a hold of that. I still don't have all the other the bells and whistles going quite yet. Community member Forged Life has been doing a little bit of work the last couple days, pretty diligently too, and he's got an overlay to test out next champs. Like, we don't have one for the in-game finished yet. Both teams heading off to a running start. Zillion helping out as well, putting the speed boost on Fizz right away.
So they are running up to the top point. I'm gonna have to restart my computer after this game. I am really sorry, but I am lagging a lot, and it is definitely my computer. But there's this ability that suited onto Zillion. He's going to start capturing Orb Deception and Charm. Both miss. Lost Dragon is gonna stop that capture there. Gets a time bomb. Time bombs will interrupt absolutely everyone.
Yeah, especially being able to cast the 2-in-1 with Rewind is going to be useful for delaying, and Victor is a good delay as well with a lot of AoE damage. They have a Malphite going for them. Malphite is going to be very handy against Master Yi and Jax as the game goes on. Not a lot of magic damage coming out, except for Ahri over on JANNAS Pimp's side of the map.
And very good zoning there from the gravity well by Victor. He's able to keep everyone out, and his team did capture the point. So it is Bronze Division 7 with the first capture of the windmill, and no revives have been used yet by JANNAS Pimp, partly because none of them died. But it was very good zoning.
Sort of hanging out up at the top for a moment. Looks like they were trying to push some minions in, seeing pings going down on the map. Now this is typically where we see the first bottom lane gank, but no one moving down that direction yet. Vayne lower on health could easily fall victim to pressure from their team coming around from the back side. If you're in the bottom lane and you're pressed beyond this point in the map that you see the cursor being highlighting over, then you have to always have that threat of ganks and be ready to escape if someone comes around from that angle.
I'm actually really surprised that Vayne has been able... There's the final hour actually on Lux, and Lux just going to run away and let Vayne start capping this point. Light Binding does come hit Vayne. There's a Lucent Singularity also. But I'm really surprised that Vayne was able to push onto Lux and actually got the neutral off there. So Vexy doing a great job of pushing, and Lux not really able to get the lane push as you would expect with her AoE spells.
And Vayne is going to be able to keep this neutral for a while with Lux as low on health as she is. Lux can kill Vayne if Lux can land skill shots, but if Vayne's going to be good at dodging, then she can sit here. There's the Condemn.
And one more auto attack. Vayne does get the kill, and Master Yi did come for the revenge kill, and Volibear also backdooring. So overall, that's going to be definitely worth it in favor of JANNAS Pimp as the fortified garrison, forced on the top lane. Fizz now onto Lost Dragon X. There's an ignite down, so that'll decrease the passive just a little bit. Changing auto attacks. Master Yi coming with his Highlander active, and they're going to be able to get the cap off. So now a 3 cap for JANNAS Pimp.
And 90-5 is going to be forced back away from there. They have Zillion coming down as well. They seem like they want to get this point back in the bottom part of the map. And we'll see if they're able to do that. Yi here, Alpha Strike in, going to interrupt. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of damage coming from Vayne and Zillion that he can't really do anything about because Master Yi does not have any crowd control in his kit.
Their top lane, they are diving. Already picked up the kill onto Victor. Malphite trying to interrupt. There's a ground stem, but Orb of Deception comes down. Jax can't tank for too much longer, but his teammate comes and they get the kill onto Malphite. Gonna start capping the windmill. That's the danger of sending so many people to bot lane, is it really allows the team that had previously controlled the bot point to pick up the windmill, and windmill goes over to JANNAS Pimp.
So put them in a 3 cap position. That's the position that they want to be in. And if they do start getting into some more risky engagements, they'll be able to employ their revives a lot more effectively, because they seem to do a little bit more for you when you already have control of the windmill because of that ability to reinforce it. Fizz and Zillion in the center of the map, moving across towards the drill.
Popped by Volibear. He does not actually get the knockback. Final hour from VII. He is here. Malphite has come in, but cannot slow Master Yi. He can reduce the attack speed though, and VIN with 1 kill. Rolling Thunder now this time defensively. Silver Bolt procs 1 time. Can she get the second one? One more auto attack, and Malphite's the one with the kill. Revive was popped by Master Yi. Alpha Strike in, but the point has been neutralized. Windmill still in favor of JANNAS PIMP. Revive was popped by Volibear also. Top lane Charmlands onto Fizz as well as the Light Binding. And that is going to be Lux going down. Turn Water's not really doing anything. Flash away from Panda Lover. And I don't think Ari is going to be able to survive. No, there's the Death Ray. And Silver Division 7 turns it around.
Yeah, there was an interesting statistic that we found out a couple of weeks ago that teams that don't have Revive only win 4.7% of the time against teams that do have Revive. So we might potentially see a little bit of an upset in the numbers from this game, because the odds are, Summoner Spells alone, very much against Bronze Division 7, but they've been playing excellent. The pressure they've been applying, Bronze Pimp just has not had, or JANNAS Pimp just hasn't had any way to really get out active on the map against them.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we did see a team without revives make it out of the round of 32 into the round of 16, and understandably they lost to Pace Evelynn Child Support. But their non-revives probably did a little bit for that. But it was interesting to see them take the first game off.
And Knights 85 being chased towards the drill. 5-cap currently in favor of Bronze Division 7. Volibear with the toss on Knight. Ooh, and the snare as well. Fizz is going to get taken down there. And Lux with the final spark. They changed it. I had to remember what they changed it to.
Zillion didn't actually use his ult there, so he still has that available, the Chrono Shift, and he would have revived. I'm trying to decide if I agree with his choice to not use it there on anyone, but they were a little bit overextended trying to be over there at the drill. So 3-cap does ultimately go back to Bronze Division 7. Panda Lover here in the bot lane. Unstoppable Force comes down, but Lux is here for backup. Charm misses completely. And it looks like Malphite will be able to defend for the moment.
And able to delay for a little while. Lux does land some damage against him, actually coming down towards this bottom point as well, but is going to find Vayne instead, and Vayne's going to finally allow her to tumble out of the way. Good condemn on Lux. Barrier not going to be able to save her, unfortunately. Is going to turn her attention towards Master Yi, it seems, and the chip damage is going to be enough. Yes, flash in to secure the kill. Moves on for Ari now, picks her off as well. Gets flung by Volibear, and they're just standing and chipping away, and Vayne with the triple kill.
So Vayne, looking at him, she has a Blood Razor and Prospector's Blade, and that's it. And she is already destroying absolutely everyone. So when she starts to get a Sanguine Blade, did they add Blade of the Ruin King?
There was talk about it moving over to this game mode. I don't believe it has.
I know they added some things, but anyway, the barrier popped by Vayne. Can't quite get the kill onto Lux, and Malphite will fall down also. But a 3-cap on the top 3 points still does exist for Bronze Division 7. Victor now comes down, gets the kill onto Lux. Gravity Field will get the stun onto Ari. He's going to run down. Doesn't have any health to pick up here. On the other side, Zillion falls again not using his Chrono Shift. Really got to use that ult on Zillion. And just tries to dive. Gets killed by the Well Laser.
It's something you really want to avoid happening in the bottom lane. Looks like Ari may want to back off. Victor has much longer range poke than she does. All he needs to do is tag her once with it to send her back to base, and he lands it.
Yeah. So Victor, a lot of damage with that Death Ray.
Oh dear, that is a different type of Death Ray that he was not prepared for. And they're going to pick up the 3 cap. They could still swing this game back in their favor, but they have a lot of work to do in order to be able to achieve that. We have seen Nexus health gaps of worse than this be recovered for. Mastery standing in vision, not sure how I feel about that. There we go, he disappears on into the Fog of War. And Zilean moving down towards this bottom point. Volibear up at the top is going to be very difficult to unseat by himself. So, if you don't want to 1v1 volley on a point, it's usually a recipe for disaster.
Zilean gonna finally use this counter shift on himself there, but they're just going to ignore him. He does end up taking enough damage. There's the Unstoppable Force onto Yi, light binding onto Vexy. Bang and tumble back, gets the condemn onto Yi, needs to pick up that health back. There he goes, missed a couple autos there. The slow from the seismic start, and the final spark misses everyone. Can Vayne pick up the kill? There's a meditate, and he cannot pick up the kill. The Alpha Strike for the invisibility ghost, but Fizz picks up 1 kill. Playful Strikester now onto Lux, get hit by the light binding. Jax leap striking forward. Turn the Waters is back up, and the active is not quite enough there to pick up the kill onto Fizz. There's the dodge. Gets a little bit of damage. He's going to die to minions right now. Malphite with that 2nd kill. Volibear, meanwhile, has been backdooring. This is just a crazy game. They're just rotating around the entire map. The cap that Janna's Pimp is about to have is a cap that should, or sorry, that Bronze Division 7 has, is a cap that should belong to Janna's Pimp if anyone holds those 3 points at the same time.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see the opposite of the side of the map being captured. And looks like Lux is going to get the neutral. One of the things to know about Mash D is Mash D might have been able to secure that kill in the bottom lane earlier if he had Aggressive Lantern and been able to use the click effect for the vision to highlight Vayne as she retreated into the brush. He would have been able to land his damage a little bit sooner. Finds Zilean in the top lane though, and is going to make short work of him.
So Zilean did have his ultimate there. He respawns. Victor is here. And actually that Rolling Thunder helped Victor get into a better position. Time Bomb is on Victor. That's going to go down the stun onto Volibear. But I don't think there's much Zilean can do. Fizz still trying to go here. A little bit more damage on Volibear. He is just so tanky. But it doesn't even matter because they have a 3-2-1 cap. And even if 1 point is reclaimed, can Jax get it off? 2-1. He gets the neutral. The game is not over. Just kidding.
And they have an opportunity to bring this back. They have to deal with Vayne over at the drill. Ahri seems to have under that control, but does she? It only seems like she has it under control, and unfortunately she does not. Is going to be taken down by Vayne. Jax being dived in the bottom lane. Minions may get the top neutral, and if they can, that's going to prolong the game even longer, because though they're going to sweep Jax here, top point is now neutral, so it looks like it's going to end at 2-2 for a little bit, stalling the game still at 1 point remaining. Vayne is turning around and heading up to the top point because Vayne wants to win this game and has found a way to do so.
Yeah, and capturing that would allow them to win the game as long as they don't lose anything else. But Zilean really, really low. That's going to be 1 Alpha Strike. Yi picking up that kill. And Vayne is possibly going to die here. Needs to have a Condemn available. She doesn't. 5, 4, 3. Volibear, can you get the Rolling Thunder? You don't have that cooldown. Fizz is here. Condemn finally up for Vayne. Gets that onto Yi and gets the kill onto Volibear. Here's Ahri. Misses the skill shot. Fizz misses the skill shot. Yi dies to Fizz. Fizz with the double kill. Orb of Deception. Ahri picks that up. But we do have Victor here. Meanwhile, though, Jax is just tapping bot, and if he gets that neutral off, then it won't matter if they get the windmill because it'll be back to a 2-2. This game is crazy.
This is a little odd. This is a really long time to be active at 1 point, but you always have the ability to come back in this game mode, whereas it's significantly more difficult in other ones. And Zilean is just going to back away.
Yeah, so Jax can't quite capture the point. So top needs to remain neutral. There's the Gravity Storm used by Victor there in the top lane. Just to get a little bit of damage onto Lux. Chaos Storm, excuse me. Just a little bit of damage onto Lux to stop her from capping. But with a teammate there and the light binding gets the kill, Volibear is still backdooring. Garrison being used by Zilean.
And Zilean able to deflect the push from Volley. They've recovered about 60 Nexus health at this point, with only 1 remaining on their health.
Bot lane, Vayne falls yet again. Spirit Rush not used forward towards Fizz. A little bit surprised by that. Zilean now is trying for the backdoor strategy that was so effective before. But Volibear, meanwhile, is backdooring for Janna's Pimp. And Final Spark does not hit Fizz there, but he gets the neutral off Rolling Thunder. Can he get the kill? Turn the Waters and the other knockup from Malphite. Also, the knockups actually chained there, are stacked there at the same time. Volibear just wants to run away. On the other side, Zilean has had his ult pop there. Jax, don't get too hard, but with the time work from Zilean, he should be fine. But on the other side, that's going to be a stun onto Lux. They should be able to pick up this kill finally. But no, the light binding is, and Malphite's going to go down. Vayne here with the final hour, getting so much damage onto Ahri. There's the flash forward, and the orb reception was not enough. Lux, do you have your ultimate win in just a couple seconds? With that, she can combo Vayne down from the current health that Vayne's at. So Vayne will not be able to just win this for free.
Still stalling out the game with not very much health left on their Nexus, but Master Yi at the top of the map, standing in vision. They knew Master Yi was the only one there because he did not hide himself in the fog of war, and that may be very costly to them. Volibear is going to be able to arrive at the point in time. Master Yi with a Meditate is going to fall, unfortunately. There's a lot of minions here to push this over to neutral. Volley may pick up the kill on Zilean. Zilean has the Chrono Shift available, is going to come back, and Volley is able to land a little bit more damage, should be able to take him out just fine, and looks like he's going to turn the point around. Almost 100 Nexus health recovered from having only a single point remaining.
So, in the bot lane, Jax couldn't decide what he wanted to do, really. There he goes onto Vayne, finally. Barriers popped by both the shield onto Lux, and Lux gets the kill with the life binding. So they've taken down Vayne. Remember, Vayne does not have a revive. No one on the team has revive except for Malphite. Fizz coming in with the Playful Trickster. There's a shield from Lux. Life binding hit does hit 2. They'll be able to disengage this. They need to go back to base. They need to heal so that they can defend the Boneyards before the capture happens.
Yeah, if they get swept on this point, that is going to potentially be game over unless they can keep it neutral. It looks like they're bringing Ahri down to this part of the map. Volibear is a little bit uncertain about where he wants to go, but it's keeping Fizz and Zilean out of the fight regardless while they're both moving around. Master Yi once again in vision. So is Volley. They know where they are, which means they also know where they are not. And you see Fizz and Zilean pushing immediately across. That's the drill.
Can Ahri defend 1v2 is the question. Chrono Shift is up on Zilean. He gets the charm onto Fizz there. Orb Reception comes across. Ton of damage onto Fizz. Fizz going back off past that Lichbane. Master Yi taking a lot of damage himself. There's the Alpha Strike going to Meditate. Turn the Waters is going to interrupt that, and the Time Bomb is there too. Master Yi surely going to go down. And with, on the bot side, Vayne also getting the kill onto Volibear. That should be game. We'll see. Charm lands onto Fizz. Vayne is top, actually. What am I saying? Pops the final hour. Jax, though, with the Leap Strike, gets a double kill. Lux defending 1v2 in the bot lane, gets knocked up by the Unstoppable Force. Victor with the shutdown there.
And Master Yi moving towards the opposite side was not able to keep that from going neutral, unfortunately. It looked like there was just one good Alpha Strike away from being able to clean up Victor and Malphite to keep the point from turning over.
Yeah.
But Yi wanted to go for the back cap instead, and that may have cost his team the game. They did an outstanding job of prolonging that game and starting to turn that around. And I feel like they could have, too. That's quite a shame.
Alright, so I need to restart my computer. Sorry, for the awkward casting, I was like graphical lagging that entire time, and I had to close the stream and everything because my computer is being very sad at me. So I will be back in like 5 minutes, and I will join the lobby. You can go into Champ Select and I can spectate off you if you want. So I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Rheingold will be back in just a moment. It's very nice to have her on the broadcast again. She is an excellent commentator. It's really fun to work with her. We're going to set up the other game really quick, and we will come back with the round of 16 game in just a couple of moments.